Hello everybody and welcome to Nerdstead, the homestead that guarantees to do things differently. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to start the process of doing this. Alexa, light on. The purpose of my channel being Nerdstead is the fact that I want to bring automation and technology into my homestead to make my day-to-day operations easier. The more I can automate and simplify my day-to-day operations, the more I can get done. The more I can get done, the better homestead I can have, which is better for me, better for my family, and better for the animals. All around, it's better if I can simplify and automate things for my farm. Step one of making any barn smart or any homestead operation smart is probably getting Wi-Fi to all the points that you want to reach to make things smart. All the tools that I use to do smart things have to talk to the internet so I can get access and make them work remotely, automatically on their own. So step one to my process was getting internet out to the barn. Now, to do that, I use Eero routers. Eero routers I use specifically and solely because I've installed them in a lot of homes. I've installed them in all my families as well as past clients, and I've never had an issue with them. They are self-correcting, extremely easy to install, extremely easy to program and get up and running, and once they're up and running, they just work. Now, I'm not going to do a full-blown tutorial on how to set up an Eero system. There's already hundreds of videos on YouTube on how to do that, as well as the app is extremely self-explanatory. Like, you open the app and it literally walks you through step by step, and there's nothing really you need to know about networking to make them work. So I'm not going to go into that. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you how I make that system work with the barn. So step one of that is jumping over to the house because that's where your internet is going to be coming from. So we're actually going to start at the house here because most internet, almost all internet probably, is going to come from your house to your barn. And I want to show you my setup here. And I want to show you as it is before I've done anything as far as recording this video. Take a look at this. This is 2 years. I put this in over 2 years ago and I have done nothing, including I haven't even weed eated around this. So, to show you that this works in cold weather environments, snow, rain, doesn't really matter. If you install this way, you're not gonna have any issues at all. So what this is a exterior weatherproof box. Hi, Reggie. Are you going to be in the video? You got to say hi. Say hi, everybody. This is Regs. She's soon to be 11. She's a good old girl. Can I record, please? Can I record? Yeah, you need all the attention? You need all the attention? You got to have all the attention? Hi. Can I film, please? I'm sure these people want to know what's going on. Can I talk to them? Can I talk to them? Okay, go on, go. Go on. Sorry about that. So, this is a 8x8x4 exterior electrical box. And the reason why I use that is because what's inside. And there we have it. So, the reason why I like the 8x8x4 is because you can fit an exterior grade 1/2 inch electrical box, and I actually have liquid tight screwed right into the back thread there, which keeps everything watertight all the way to inside this box, which is key if you're going to be mounting this outside, which we are. And then I plug in my router, and I tie that in to the inside. Now, the routers. I specifically use an Eero router system. The reason why I use an Eero is because I've used them on a lot of different homes and I've never had any issues. I am pushing this probably 400 feet out to my barn, and I've never had it go down once. I've never had the barn disconnect from the house, and I will know if that happens because I get notifications when a router drops. I've never had an issue yet. So I highly recommend Eero. They were their own company at first, and since I've been installing them, they're actually acquired by Amazon. If that tells you anything about the quality. Amazon only buys companies when they know they're really good. So yeah, so this 8x8x4 box, I can fully install an outlet in, and obviously you got to tap into some type of house power in there. I have a sump pump right on the other side of this wall in the crawl space. That has an outlet. I tapped off of that to come forward to power this setup. So, obviously your code, your state, your county is going to have all kinds of its own restrictions. I highly recommend, and you should not do this without consulting an electrician to process the power side of this. But as far as the Wi-Fi part, you put the box on the outside, closest facing your barn, put your outlet in, set your Eero router in, add it. Then you set the exact same box on the outside of your barn, because your barns are most likely metal, and Wi-Fi will not push through metal. That's a big key factor here. Now we're on the outside of the barn. I have the exact same box, the 8x8x4, and I have the exact same internals inside of it. Now, something to do on both sides of your exteriors is you're going to want to silicone around your box. Now, when it comes to siliconing around your box, you're going to run a bead across the top and down each side. Do not run a bead across the bottom. And what that's for is if there is ever to get water behind the box for some reason, that allows it to drain. So you want to do each side in the top, but make sure you leave the bottom open. Now inside this box, I have the same router, the same outlet to catch the signal from the house. And just to give you an idea here, right there is the house, and I come all the way over to here, which is about 400 feet away. I still get great signal. I'm actually getting upwards of, I think, 300 megabytes a second, and these routers are rated at 450. So I'm pushing pretty good signal from these routers at their top end. I do have a 1000 megabyte per second internet connection, but for smart home devices, cameras and such, 300 is going to be more than enough for anything and everything that I would ever need to run in this barn. And trust me, I have a lot running inside this barn. So I am copycatting everything in there and here except for one thing. I have a Cat 5 cable that runs from this to get through the metal into the inside router. So let's hop inside and I'll show you what I have going on inside. That is how I set up the two exterior boxes, one on the house to project the signal to the barn, one on the barn, outside of the barn to receive that signal. Now you have to get the internet actually inside your barn. Almost all post barns nowadays are built with metal exterior, and Wi-Fi will not go through metal. It won't. So to get your internet from outside to inside, you will need to run a line. So I don't know if you can see this here, but I have a Ethernet line. Now you don't actually have to make the line. You don't need crimps. You don't need any specialty tools. You can go to any store or Amazon online and order you a Ethernet cable. I recommend a Cat 6 cable because it'll handle any speed that you throw at it. But all you need to do is order a cable the correct length that'll get from wherever your outside box is to wherever you want your interior router to be. So you will need a router outside to catch the signal from the house, and you will need to hardwire with that Ethernet cable from outside through your metal into your barn and then up to your interior router. And then all of your stuff inside your barn will work off that interior router. I have one Eero router and we have a 60x40 barn here, and I hit every corner and I've never not had signal wherever I needed to go. So that is how I set up the interior. Once that is set up, now I can install any smart device I need inside and it will work flawlessly without issue. Now, I know you might not be into the entire smart home thing with your homestead, and if you aren't, I don't know why you're watching this channel, to be quite honest, but if you're not, I guarantee you one thing that you will enjoy. If you have an outside barn that's a decent distance away from your house, this was the initiating factor that caused us to do this all in the first place. We would come out, we'd feed the animals, we'd go back inside, we'd strip down our winter gear, we'd take our muck boots off, we would be cold, our noses would be running, we'd get into the kitchen, we'd start washing our hands, and we would look up and we'd see that we left the barn lights on. There's nothing more frustrating than that moment, because you have to gear all back up, walk out to the barn in the snow just to hit a switch. With smart switches now, and there being internet out in the barn, I am able to just ask the Alexa right next to the sink, hey, turn barn lights off, and then bam, they go off. There's nothing more satisfying than when you forget that, and all you have to do is just say a simple phrase, and it prevents an entire 10-minute process to get geared back up and go out and just hit a switch. So again, I'm John Maddox from Nerdstead. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button. That is a real main metric that YouTube uses to push these videos. Please comment anything, any questions. I am very active on the comments. I like to answer your guys' questions. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell for future videos. I have a lot of stuff coming out. I will be posting every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I haven't locked down a date yet, but I don't know if you can hear or not. My dogs are yelling at me, so I'm gonna go back inside and let them in. Thank you all so much, and have a great day.